Give me the car. Look, Jacobite hiking.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Smile, Susie. That's gorgeous. That's just beautiful. Come on raids on Loch Lomond. I got a cup of coffee like that in Peterborough. That view.
I'm sure Mum wouldn't believe some of the things I do when we're camping together. Junk anyway. Aww.
You come down for the wee insects and the wee worms and the larvae and that, the flies leaving the stones. But obviously the tourists and the hikers leave them scraps, you know, bits of roll and bread, crumbs and stuff. So they've just learned to follow the people.
Hello.
No sudden movements and it'll come right up to you. They eat out your hands some places. They've got stuff. There you go. There you go.
That's the closest I've been to a wild bird apart from Paris.
There you go. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yeah, you're beautiful. Yeah. People think you're talking shite.
That's people who know.
Oh, you moved. He was coming right up next to you, so sure. Look. Good job. Good job.
Wet feet. Poor thing, you.
Cap off. Susie Woozy.
captain had it with a toilet rope, and it was always crossing at the bottom of it. If I could just ask, if everybody could stay where you are until we're safely tied up, and then either myself or Monty will let you know when it's safe to disembark. For those leaving us at Loch, you can then get back on dry land. And for those of you that joined at Balmaha, if you bear with us for a few moments. For those who joined at Balmaha, we will actually be in Loch for 15 minutes. So if you did want a quick stretch of your legs and to have a look at the village, we won't actually be leaving the pier until 1:45. behind the nest there's two dead branches in the shape of a V. I can't see any birds on the nest, but that's the site that they've used for the last 10 years. But I say down on one of those branches on that dead tree that's fallen into the loch, that's one of the ospreys sitting there. We think the osprey has been so successful on Loch Lomond because of those freshwater herring we have, the powan. In summer months we get large shoals of powan, hundreds of fish, very close to the surface. And the ospreys circle above the loch, spot these fish close to the surface, and then they will dive down. They actually don't go into the water. An osprey's feathers aren't waterproof, and if they went into the loch they would become waterlogged and drown. But what they do is they fly very close to the surface, and then they just literally reach into the water with their talons and pluck the fish straight out of the loch.
How you doing?
I think it's everything back up to
Okay, trying again.
There's another one of the ospreys just taken flight and heading along the island. Just kind of at the top of the tree level, heading the same direction as us.
Oh, brilliant.
Respect people's privacy.
Just have no fun. People, aren't they? We'll do that next year.
Come on then, Chief.
Do what?
Come up and do this, ain't you?
I'd love to go on one of those.
Takes about an hour, and probably about an hour back down. The hill, Conic Hill, is 1,000 feet high, and on top of that very bare mountain top that you can see now covered in heather, you get some fabulous views up and down Loch Lomond, Conic Hill. So we're heading across to Balmaha here. We have a few people that will be leaving us here. And at the time we have a few people waiting us here. So there are another few on our way.
I'll see you.
Sassenach Sue. Put you with a lock here.
It's just lovely.
Well, this is a new thing for me. I've never slept here. I've never camped here. Right, we're on Cashel campsite. And there's our tent in there next to the trees. It's lovely. The ground's a bit shite, but it's a good sight. Gents are very clean. Cameras, vans. We're right in the loch. Oh, it's just stunning. We've had a good day today. We're out on the boat in the loch today. To us. And we're looking around Bluss and then back across to Balmaha, which is not that far. About 4.5 miles to Aberdeen. We'll try to do that in the morning. We got that much condensation in the tent last night, first pitch. So we've come in here, put down it all, and enjoy the view and get a shower. Unbelievable. Sun's still out, strong. So we're heading that direction in the morning to Aberdeen, get some food, and then head on some of the other side and pitch up. So 5-6 miles tomorrow, maybe 5 miles. That should be fine. Look at that in Peterborough. The campsite's just there on the right. Right by the rock. Too fast.
Hello.
I can turn that into a photo, you see. Knickers off and on again. I'm a Russian prostitute. Knickers off and on again.
Oh, bloody love you.
Let's get the
You're the best Highlander in the world. Oh man.
have you. That's great. And then try to get the sky. That's the sun behind us.
Well, that's something I can't do in my camera.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. It's all lovely. It's amazing.
Even the red tints and some of the clouds. Like. Right, that's us all packed up. Leave no trace, even on the campsite. Been an enjoyable stop here. It's been an enjoyable stop here. Nice. This is a nice campsite.
Swimming pool.
Oh, she wished she had a foil. Yeah, she could make that hide if she takes the time. Nice, isn't it? The view's lovely. Good cheese.
Huh?
Good cheese.
Cheese.
I love you. Sorry, isn't it? That's your destination at the end. too quick. I just don't want to get this away. Hello, Susie.
You're so naughty. Come on, Kettle. Get me eaten alive. You swine. Bastard. Getting bad now.
Yeah, what a place for a coffee though. Through the trees.
Fabulous little bit now.
Right guys, Mum has just climbed down those stairs. No dear.
That was easy compared to
We're
some of the
heading
stuff.
up there. But look what's around us like. Gonna put us up on Stunning. Look at the water. How calm it was compared to yesterday. Oh, the day we were out in the boat was choppy as hell, wasn't it?
Didn't mind it though.
If we can get to Inversnaid, yes.
Oh, nice. Sounds expensive. Oh my god, I'm turning to you.
But this is your break. I want you to do that. If we can get to Inversnaid, we'll eat there. But the bit after Inversnaid, after the LSPB bit, when we get into the like that bit on steroids, that's tricky. Huh?
That's alright, I'll make it. I think my stubborn streaks kicked in.
You've got loads of ridgy bikes as well.
I thought I would have because I could see all the little bastards on me. I could actually see them hanging down like pegs at one point. That's why I keep doing that on the edge.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
It is to die for. It really is an amazing place. And I know I've said it a million times, but I truly kiss this earth.
I think it was called sorrel.
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 Oh yeah, you can get sorrel in.
Wild sorrel. It's got a lemony citrusy taste to it. Right, we've come off the loch and we're heading on the main path up to meet the main path, but we're going to turn off and go towards the bothy. Let Mum see that. But it's just like Hansel and Gretel. Lovely. It's what I do.
That bit there almost looks like a face. With fingers either side.
Yeah,
You
I see that. I see that, yeah.
Oh, I've got a vivid imagination.
There's a pathway in the trees way up above you, look. To your right. My penis.
Well, that depends on how much energy we've got left. I'm really enjoying this sorrel.
wee
beautiful. It's
crofts.
amazing.
Imagine living in here. Obviously these trees wouldn't have been here through the house like
No,
that.
of course not.
But some people lived in here hundreds of years ago. Just watch the boggy bit there.
I know their life was really hard, but what a great place to be.
Well, they would have been hill farmers.
Oh, it was still hard, wasn't it?
It's quite a big croft when you see that size of that.
Yeah.
And so two crofts together, probably family members. Or close friends, at least. They'd have been sheep farmers. Oh, timber people. Woodsmen. It's quite a long croft.
Bit muddy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to walk across to it.
Go in the middle bit. Yeah, there's a lot of peat bog there, isn't there?
Even a ruin looks amazing.
Look at all the turkey tail growing up that tree over there, look. Coming out the corner of the croft. See it?
Oh yeah. Little baby ones. Oh. That's so beautiful.
Very handsome looking, isn't it? There's the bothies there.
Darling,
Huh?
let's get all of that. That's going on my wall.
Right, if there's no one in the bothy, we'll get a coffee. And we've got time to head to Inversnaid for a meal, pitch the tent up somewhere. Be alright. I've not slept in here. I'd like to do that at some point. People through there, look at the bothy.
I wish everyone took their rubbish with them.
Stay there. She nick us off an awful lot. So that
Did you get the backpack in? I want the girls to swap, but their mum's not passed it yet. I wonder who William Ferris was.
I don't know. Hiker maybe? Just get the fire in. It's a welcome stop for hikers, these places, I tell you. Right, look at the backpack, girly willies and William.
Mummy's not passed it!
I can vouch for that. You like to pull the door
You're a
shut.
dirty old man.
You pull the door shut. Right, that's us just leaving my choice. Bothy, we're going to head on. Goodbye, Bothy, for another year. Look at that wide load. Beep,
Oi.
beep, beep. Attention, this vehicle is reversing.
I'm sorry, girlies.
Look at that though. Bloody stunning place, isn't it? It's like something out of Hansel and Gretel.
It is.
Right, so we go back to that junction, turn left, and then we'll follow it up to the main path. Catch you later, girly willies.
Stop that.
Lighten it. Picks it up.
I love the colour of the water. I know it's peat, but
Peat,
it's
yeah.
beautiful.
Peat from the hills. More's whiskey. Like a Susie there, big fat people.
Considering Scotland's the home of whiskey, it's not expensive here.
Come on. We're in goat country now, girl. Smelly b****s. Aye. Just keep in a minute. Keep in a minute, there's a couple of people coming. Look, Goody Biddies, Mummy's just come down there.
Do you see what the Highland Tosser just made me do? Do you?
But at least she's not down there.
Oh, aye. We're having fun anyway. Mwah.
See if I get a bit of the nice path. Or the easy bit. Hey?
I can't believe I just did those bits.
You've done amazing. I'll put the camera away because this wee bit's tricky.
What a view.
I'm gorgeous, isn't I? I'm starting to look like Captain Birdseye. Never mind Santa.
I'm starting to realise what that lady meant when she wrote like a ghost coming out of the mist. Remember?
Aye.
I see what she means. You fit right in.
There's Susie after a nice healthy hike.
Susie wants to do it again next year, so Susie's got to get more healthy.
Oh!
Ah, that's what you meant.
The light. Gorgeous. When they're there, I can see the boat through the trees. Put the camera away and help you. Right, girlies, Mum has made it through the simple thing.
Mummy's feeling stupidly emotional.
And she wants to cry. Isn't that gorgeous? No?
Just beautiful. It's just such an achievement for me. I feel quite proud of it.
Good. Look at what you're carrying and you're not used to it. You've got thin bones and what you've just
I
done.
know it's irrational.
And how many miles you've got to get here?
Can't believe you did it. I still
You're
can't
amazing.
believe
You're
it.
amazing. Right, let's go and get a drink. Pint of margarine lime.
Can't hear.
It's on video, but I'll get still from it.
Okay. I did it, girls. I did it.
Answer?
Just seems a bit strange.
There we are.
Hello, Highlander.
Isn't that lovely?
Beautiful, isn't it?
That holiday camp over there is twice the size it was last year.
Yes, it is. I'm quite easily pleased, you know. Even the sun on the water there is beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
So give you some memories.
I'll never forget this. Never, never.
What day is this? Friday.
Yeah.
It's Friday evening. 10 to 7. Right, and we're hiding in the tent from the leeches. No hot food today because the hotel was short-staffed and they only had 7 scones, crisps and shite. So we're sitting in the tent overlooking Loch Lomond and the mountains leading up to Osprey. Killing midges as we go. Yeah. There's one there outside.
If it is, it's dead. It is now.
We've had a long, hard slog of a day. Mum's done amazing. And we're just north of Inversnaid Hotel. Just inside the camping zone, across from I've got bitten bollocks and bitten legs.
Won't we be a bit more on the beach anyway? We were last night.
Cramp.
Oh.
Ah, you bastard. Ah!
You right?
No. Crampy pose. Oh, that's bad.
You know that's on camera, right? Do you want me to rub it?
No.
Okay.
Just cramping my leg. Oh dear. And depression set in. Look at that. Oh, look at that. See, you're missing people. Turn your telly off and go for a walk. Right, camera's got to go away. I'm in pain. Goodbye. Dad doesn't do all that kind of stuff, does it? Right, that's us leaving. Forgot where we are now.
Yeah, that's it. I'll do one.
Right, that's us leaving Inversnaid Hotel. Just been in for a couple of coffees. That's the view across the loch. Just gorgeous day. Gorgeous day. Maybe boats down there. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I like the one in front best.
That's lovely. The falls are up here. That's the hotel. Try and get some time in there next year.
Wide awake and ready to go, dear.
Huh? We'll go that way. Morning. lovely day.
Lovely, isn't it?
Up
Gorgeous.
in the midges.
Are they biting on it?
Oh, they're out in force this year with the heat.
Are you doing the West Highland walk?
No, just the loch this year. Yeah, that's where we slept last night. Because of the midges. We made a up and out this morning. Yeah, we're right on the path. Nice view of the loch last night. We're heading that way to Doonbothy and Ardleash, past all the crap in Jurassic Park. And there's it starting there, look. Dum dum dum. Mum has done amazing. You'll be so proud of it, every one of you. Nan might shit a bit though. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Right, dearie weary. Right, just come from way down the bottom there, up over the roots, over the rocks, and we're in Jurassic Park. Turn round, I don't want to fall backwards. Oh. And it is Jurassic Park, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Look at that above you.
I have.
Just goes on and on and on, look. We're heading up there. Right. Up. Can't get this up there. Right. Having you in the frame gives it a scale though, because when I've filmed it before, I can't tell how big it is. Midgie heaven in Jurassic Park. Look what Mum's just come down, girls, all the way from up there. And the path goes down and round. I'm not turning that way because I trip. It goes down. All you need is a dinosaur, girls.
Yeah, I'm on the hunt for a T-Rex.
Look.
Thank God for that. Because for a minute I was panicking, thinking, oh God, the other one's
Right.
worse.
Mum's come from way up there at the centre of the camera, all the way down to that bit there in the centre of the camera, all the way down. And this is a bit that takes you to Rob Roy's Cave, which is away down there around the corner. So that path. There used to be a sign here, but people keep nicking it.
This week, girls, Mummy's 25.
Yeah, Wincy. Mummy is not a pussy. What is it she says to you? Winter? She says. You said yesterday she says something to you.
Don't know. That was yesterday.
No, the name she calls you when she sees you.
Oh, it's gone right out of my head.
It's because you're focused, the adrenaline's going.
Yeah.
But that is the hardest bit in the whole West Highland Way.
Excellent.
The whole walk. There's a couple of bits along the walk, maybe one more bit. It's not as bad as that.
Can we move to it's pretty?
Sorry, I want you to remember this.
I'll never
Be
forget
proud
it.
of yourself. Carvings. We're above the loch.
Right, now the most dangerous bits of the tunnel.
That is the most dangerous bit in the whole walk. People have camped in there, look, that's a good spot. Apart from the midges. Be a good spot for the winter. Look what Mummy's done. Look what Susie Woozy's done. It's come from away up there, all the way down and round the back of this, up here. God, girls, you'll be so proud of her. I think that deserves a selfie, doesn't it? Huh? Ah, Sylvie, we've done Jurassic Park. It's easier after that now. It's a wee bit along the loch, but it's not like that. Right, stopping for a coffee break. And here's the loch.
Mummy needs more caffeine. And a pee!
Susie needs more caffeine. But we're next to a bridge. Just got the stuff here. The loch's down now. Goat trails all around us. We're in the coffee. A nice bridge. I've got the waterfall in for you, Susie. Nice bridge. Oh. A bit of a waterfall. Up into the hills. Mum has done amazing. So, after doing that, I can't lean over there. I can't do it. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. On that bit up there, I was not phased at all. Right, we're on the way down to Doonbothy. Done most of the bad bits, a wee bit to go. No croft in the trees here. A big croft. Right, I'm heading this way. Big goat country. Down towards Bothy. It's stunning. Look at that. Stunning. Trees out of nowhere. Robins everywhere. Goats down here. Let's go. Shit, I wasn't recording that. That's bad. I'm sweating myself.
I just wanted to get this bit done. Oh. I would have packed up.
Hey girly willies, Mummy has walked all the left hand side of that loch there. With trees, boulders, roots, bloody everything, drops, bridges, waterfalls, everything. We're almost at the end of the loch. Lovely beach. With that bag on.
Hey girly whirlies, you should see what I've done today. Mummy's nearly had a heart attack 3 times today.
You've done it. Right, we're going through the woods.
Alright, onwards and upwards.
MI5 are something, the NHS, all cops are something.
Well, we know what that's going to be.
Yeah. Right, through the woods. Yeah, oh yeah. This bit's easy. It's easy all the way to Ardleash now.
Yes.
You've done it. You've done it.
Yes. I don't think I'd walked hardly anywhere, and then we got to all that boulder stuff.
Because you're concentrating on where you put your feet and your adrenaline's kicking in. Because you're not
You have
used
to
to it.
concentrate on that.
I mean, I'm used to it some places where I think, okay, and the adrenaline kicks in for me. But for me, it's just, I don't know, belonging. I'm home, no matter where I am up here. God, the bracken's really shot up. Some of that's about 10 feet high, look. No way you'd just seen the goats in that.
Couldn't even only that one patch that we smelt, maybe they weren't there.
Let's hope we can see that eagle again and get them on film. That's stunning. Oh.
Did you smell something?
Yes, I can smell. You might
like
see.
Fierce cleared my nose.
You might see something yet. Let's hope they're not in the bloody path. They've been here. Definitely been here, and you can smell the bastards. Don't go slipping in that after doing all that.
That's what I'm thinking.
This is tick heaven. It goes up round through the trees, think there's an old ruin in there. And then you get uphill. Right, just come through all the trees. And this lovely glen.
Now I think, wow, we love it.
Through the trees in this lovely glen. And normally eagles up there on that peak. And we're heading up the hill and then down towards Doonbothy, which is one of the nicest views in the whole of the loch. Oh, I forgot, there's another patch of trees to go through yet, sorry. Oh. Tick heaven, innit?
There's nothing dangerous here.
No, just the
Apart
ticks.
from goats, maybe.
Maybe where the stones walls are, you need to watch out for adders. Especially this sun,
Okay.
they'll be out trying to warm up.
I'm not overly freaked out by snakes anyway.
Oh, you've done amazing. You've done amazing. This path's easy. This is where the ticks get you. Bastard things.
Well, we've got each other to help us out. Have each other get
Yes, if I get one on my ball this time, you can get it out. Oh, it's lovely. You've done amazing. I'm heading for a pint. Pint and food.
Oh, I hope you've got decent food.
The food's nice on there, I've had it before.
I'm anchoring for protein today.
A steak then. You've done it. Distance, isn't it?
I'm used.
You're used to it.
It's round the corner.
Through these trees. You're the loch on the left, Doonbothy and the old farmhouse, and another building straight ahead. Just hope the eagle comes back out. That's not it.
Well, even if it doesn't, we were privileged enough to see it once.
Alright, but it's nice to get it on film. Isn't it?
I'm so tired, I can't speak properly.
Good steak or something. Isn't it?
Juicy steak.
That's where people have gone, but it might be a bit boggy. I tend to go for there, look. Stone to stone.
Yeah, that's what
I can see the wee white buildings through here. Don't touch my posterior. That's my posterior. Careful. All of what you just done and you go and slip there. Oh, I just love this view. I'm going to let you go ahead slightly so I can get you in frame.
Just being careful there. My legs are tired.
You'll see the destination across the loch. We'll get a wee ferry across to there. Get some food.
Before to the ferry, it will bring a bit of cool.
Yeah. Another wee croft in there, look, a wee wall.
Cute.
Oh dear. On you go. Oh. On you go.
I know, just having a breathe there.
Right, that's us heading down towards Doonbothy. And the old farmhouse.
And just for once, it's not as far as you said.
Oh. Oh. We're glad to get this big bag off, to be honest.
Yeah. Yes, I know.
The loch is not looking as blue as it did earlier.
Wow.
There's the original cottage there on the left, and then the one that they built on, and part of an original outbuilding which they've done into like a store, then the wee metal shed bit with the roof on it, then the old cottage which they've converted into a bothy. So there was wee settlements all over these hills, hence the wall over there, but here they would have been sheep farmers. And it's mainly that peak up there that the eagle comes from, that pointy one. You usually see them between there and the next one across, and there's usually 2 or 3 this time of year. But look at that, Doonbothy. Right, see the white buildings across the road there? That's where we're heading for meals. and it's not a bad walk to Ardleash where you get the wee ferry, but it's just past Dunbothy really, and it's a path like this. But that place over there, the white buildings, that's where we're going. So the ferry goes across that bit of the water. So you nearly made it. You've done fantastic.
I say, this is worth hanging on for death. It's beautiful.
So we've got a chilled day tomorrow.
Aye, anything after that's a double.
Susie.
Love you, Highlander.
I love you.
You're still a Highland bastard.
I know. I'll get a freeze frame of that. Right folks, we've done it. We're nearly at Dune. All you people who didn't think we could make it.
That's coming out of that.
It's for us.
Mwah.
Right, let's go and get some food.
Yep. Come on.
Right, we made it folks.
No, we
We're
haven't.
going down there. The eagle's out and we can't see the bugger. Down towards Ardleash Ferry Port. Get the wee ferry hopefully to Ardleigh. Something to eat. Big pint. We could go on the campsite over there. Get a shower after a meal. We've still got log views. Entirely up to you. You could probably do with a shower after all that shout. Oh.
I really likes going the loch.
Well, you can do it from over there. And this side. There's people down there. Oh. No, you made it, dear.
I was beginning to think that we weren't going to.
Right. Down there, pull that thing up and they'll come and get us. See them?
Wow, look at those horns.
That was right to the last minute. You know there's something. And fish jumping. Cheeky wee bastard.
I thought it was funny. That really made me laugh.
See them?
I love it. People are friendly and fun.
God.
Oh, bugger. I can do this after a
You
bloody
can
jest.
do the stairs like that and nothing after the last time.
Of course, stairs aren't usually an issue, but... The old leggies. Oh, isn't it pretty? For a train station, I mean. Oh well, at least we know what we're doing. Stay a wee bit longer.
Susie Woozy.
Best holiday ever.
Just saying that to be nice.
No, I'm not. Better than a hotel or anything. All the things I loved.
That's what was.
And I think the girls can see that I've had a great time.
That's why I picked Loch Lomond, but I was just worried about that one bit.
The wrong bit. Wrong bloody bit. I know when we first did that bit, I was a bit daunted, and then I thought, I can do this. I thought, oh, God. 50p, 20p, 50p.
50p, 5p, 50p,
Whatever.
5p.
It was still shocking.
Scary. It's going to get a little bit of rain in it.
That's good. Help us sleep better. Does one need the bathroom?
No, one is
Well, drink your drink, okay?
one is to express.
Oh, dear.
Right.
Would one like a thing like a sheep?
Unbelievable.
I was thinking, I wish I'd put my diving slippers on, but I haven't seen this. Probably a good idea that I haven't.
You find out there and say next time.
Unbelievable. And that McDonald's. The food park. McDonald's is down at the end, isn't it, I think? Yeah.
Couldn't access any of this at Christmas.
No.
Close it all off.
And the rain's been over the last time we're here. Put the camera away in the rain. Get coffee. Mate, technically you look at the culture colour maybe.